Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Campus Nation. Joe Davis speaking, along with my partner, Sean Grooms. We're here to bring you the game tonight with Hillsboro Indians playing the Miami Trace Panthers. It's going to be a big game tonight, Sean.
Big game tonight. A lot on the line.
And Hillsboro knows that.
Absolutely, they do. They want to come out and do what they did last week and ruffle some feathers as they knocked off Courthouse last week to solidify Trace as a first place team. But they want to knock Trace down
Trace back out. Right.
Trace wins tonight. They get an outright league by themselves. If they get beat tonight, then they may have to share if Courthouse beats Jackson tonight.
And Trace knows that too. Trace knows if they win, they're outright. And Hillsboro knows if they can knock them off, they'll knock Courthouse and Trace both out of their number one at the time and give them some satisfaction.
Absolutely. Trace's last outright title, 2017.
Let's see what we got here. Hillsboro Indians are 12-9 on the year, 6-3 in the league, where Trace has lost one in the league, and that's to Courthouse, and Courthouse has now lost two in the league, one and to the Indians.
One to Trace.
And one to Trace. So if Trace can win this game tonight, then that solidifies them as the undefeated, not undefeated, indispensable, or whatever word I'm looking for there. I can't think of it. The solo leadership in the league. Trace is 15-6 overall, and 8-1 in the league. Yep. They're both in the FAL.
FAC.
The first game they played each other, Trace won by 2 points, 60-58.
Yep.
That shows you this is going to be a close game. Early on, Trace won by 2. Not very long ago, Hillsboro upsets Courthouse. So, they're a good team. They've made a couple of mistakes along the way, but that puts them down. So they're not playing for first place, but they're playing for pride right now.
Yeah, Hillsboro lives and dies with their best scorer, Tate Davis. Last week he had 20 in the second half alone against Courthouse.
And a bigger thing, I don't want to say bigger, but a big thing, is these two teams will meet here 1 week from tonight to play their first game in the sectionals.
Yes, sir. Right here, back in here, house, same scenario, except we're on the tournament level, the second season.
And again, if Hillsboro said we can only win one, they'd rather win the next one.
Absolutely. Both teams want to learn something from this game to take it in the next week.
Right.
Hillsboro's playing with house money tonight.
And we got a couple guys not playing that very likely will be available at the sectional game that weren't available the other night and are not available tonight.
Yeah, Trey Robinette and Sky Salyers are both out.
And both of them don't start, but get as much almost time as those guys that start. So
yeah, especially Trey. He can play defense on the inside and the out. So they're both key players. Getting ready for your national anthem.
Ready for national anthem. We're going to be quiet here for a couple of minutes. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, how you doing?
And we're back, and we're getting ready to get the starters.
And now let's meet the starters for both teams. First for our visitors, the Indians of Hillsboro High School. A 5'10" freshman, number 14, Jack Allen. A 6'1" junior, number 13, Nick Burns.
All right, we got Jack Howland, number 14. Number 14, oh, that's him.
He's a freshman.
Oh, Rick was telling me the other team, the fans up in the stand are facing away from the gym as they're introducing their players.
Absolutely.
They were facing the camera, and I go, "What's they're facing the camera? What's that got to do with it?" Then it hit me.
Good turnout for the student section.
All right, we got Tate Davis, number 4, Braden Hunter, number 10, Stephen Kibler, number 12, Nick Burns, number 13, and Jack Howland, who is the son of Coach Josh Howland.
He's a freshman.
He is a freshman, but he's earned his spot.
Kibler's a senior, and the other 3 are juniors.
Kibler's a senior, and the others are juniors. So these guys will mostly be back next year, all but one, as far as the starters are concerned.
Yeah, Miami Trace will go with their normal 5, with Colton May, Brady Armstrong, Austin Bodecker, Bryson Osborne, and Adam Guthrie. 4 seniors and your sophomore.
And last one coming out, Colton May. No, he's not the last one. I'm sorry. Adam Guthrie is. He should have a better game tonight than he did against Stivers.
Well, it depends. If they guard him like Stivers did, it'll be 4-on-1 again.
Right, 4-on-1, but I don't know if they'll get away with hanging on the arms like they did. Yeah. That's the thing. A lot of referees, and I'm a referee, think because the guy's big and strong, you can do things more to him. And it's like, you shouldn't. He shouldn't have to get away with, things.
Everyone should be called the same regardless of
right.
size, speed, whatever.
If you hit his arm while he's shooting, it's a foul. Or, it's the same thing. Over in the corner, up, hits, comes down through. Nice shot by Armstrong.
Nice.
Ball passed around inside to Guthrie, back out to Armstrong, and hit and went up about 6 feet, I would say.
Yeah,
and
straight down.
Came straight down. Hillsboro's down, passing it around the perimeter, looks inside, back out to the top of the key, looking around.
So Trace is in a man-to-man. They're face guarding Tate Davis with Bodecker. They don't want him to touch the ball at all.
Passing around, Howland has the ball.
That's Davis. He got it.
Davis misses the shot. Good hustle rebound by Guthrie. And here comes the Bodecker down the floor. Passing around the perimeter.
Hillsboro in man-to-man as well.
May has the ball, getting a count, and he traveled. Yeah, he knew it. After he did, he realized what he did. He just let go of the ball.
He switched pivot.
He switched pivot foots. I've done that myself when I played, and one time I didn't understand, and later when we were watching films, they showed it to me, and I went, oh. You don't feel it sometimes when you're playing. Here comes Howland with the ball for Hillsboro. Driving the lane, puts up a 10-footer and banks it in.
Nice move off the dribble.
Here comes Osborne bringing the ball down the floor.
Run a little too high set.
Stops, puts a 3 up, and he swooshes. 6 points, 2 shots, 2 3-pointers for Trace early on.
And we've known all season when they hit threes, they're a tough out. So if that continues.
Yes. I've had games where they didn't even shoot a 3 for the first quarter, it seems like, and more tonight they came out prepared. They're up for this game. Howland has the ball backing up toward the timeline, and they call timeout. Howland's the shortest boy on the floor, but he showed he can shoot the ball.
Yeah, so timeout Hillsboro. They're going to go over some stuff. I'm sure they were planning on getting face guarded with Tate. All the offense, they were just standing around waiting for somebody to do something. Coach just said, hey, let's take a timeout, get everybody settled down here early, and go with it.
Well, down at that end, they may have started the game with, hey, let's work on Guthrie. Let's make sure he don't get the ball, or if he can't shoot. And they're hitting outside. So now he's got to tell them, okay, here's what we got. We can't let them just keep shooting.
Well, that's what you got to do early. You got to take that inside away and make them make threes.
Right, and they're making them.
If they make them, then you got to adjust. But you got to make them first. You just can't give up those easy 2 and 3 footers right off the bat.
Right. You know, and the whole realm of this game, looking out there, Trace has the size, not only in Guthrie, but everybody else seems like has a little couple inches on their player. Drive in, and boy, give and go to Howland, and he just lays it up. That was a defensive mental mistake for Trace right there. That was nothing more than a give and go. Trace passing around the perimeter again. Looks inside, gets to Armstrong, goes up. Ball is blocked. Here comes Hillsboro. And this time Howland went up, and May said, not in my house, you're not.
No, he draw the foul. He's going to go to the line, shoot 2.
And May knew, well, he went up first to block. When he held the ball down, he stayed with him. He said, no, you're not. I'm not going to let you shoot it. He fouled him knowing he wasn't. And he missed the first foul shot. So as that retrospect, the foul did do its case.
+1 so far.
Right. Up, nice arch, and puts that one in. I didn't think he'd miss both of them. He looks like a too-good shooter to do that. But, again, they only got 1 point out of that instead of 2. Oh, throws the ball to May, and the ball had a little spin, and he just could not bring it in. Here comes Guest in the game. He's coming in for
May.
Is it May? Yep, coming in for May. I think that's planned before the game even starts, what's going to happen there. Here comes Howland. He comes down the floor fast, tries to drive the lane. He traveled, drug. He didn't know what he did, but he drugged that back foot, which was his pivot foot.
Those last 2 times he drove inside, he was on the opposite side of Guthrie. That time he tried to drive right into him, and he looked up and
had nowhere to go. And then when he tried to stop and throw it out, he had to pull that back foot. Here comes Ozzie passing around. Oh, knocked loose, but right to the coaching box over here. Trace is going to keep the ball. Got to tell the coach he can't catch that pass. Threw it in to Guthrie, off to Guest, who goes in but gets fouled. He drove the guy and forced the guy either foul me or let me make a layup.
Nice Euro step at the end of the play. Nice give and handoff at the beginning of the play. There's really no way to stop that.
Yeah, he looked like he was going right straight to the basket. Then he took a big step to the left, went to put it up and got fouled. And was either foul him or, again, let him make an easy layup. And, again, he does best when he gets a nice arch on that ball. He's been shooting it flat. Let's see if he can get a better arch on this one here. I know he shoots a lot of them practicing. There, see the arch on that? But he's short. So we missed both ours. They make one of theirs. We missed both of ours. Game may come down to the free throws. Who makes the most in their free throws? Passing the ball around the corner. We got the ball on the left side. Or Hillsboro does, excuse me. And Hillsboro has the ball at the top of the key. Passing down the left wing. Coming back up to the left. Going to the left wing. Looks to the top of the key to Howland again. Howland dribbling around. Calling plays. Man, he can move quickly. And ball is stolen. Guthrie hands it to Armstrong, who goes up and is not fouled and gets 2 points on an easy layup. 8-5 lead with 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Ball being passed around the corner again. Three-pointer from the top of the key. Rebound, Hillsboro goes up, gets blocked, and the ball goes out of bounds. Guthrie did a good block on that ball. That first shot was by Davis. I don't know, learn that name real quick.
Yeah, it won't take long. If you see it in the air, it's probably Davis.
All right, throws it inside.
Another shot by Davis.
Davis goes up, rebound by Guthrie, no good on the shot. And here comes Ozzie bringing the ball down the floor. Hunter made that first shot and then that missed. Guthrie tried to drive, but the ball got knocked loose. Here comes Hillsboro. Davis with the ball, hands to Howland. Long three and gets fouled. Guess is looking at him like, hey, he just fell down. I didn't hit him, but you got the call.
Here's another. Grant thought he was fouled on the offensive end. Comes down, he's still upset about that. His kid shoots it.
So he
get another foul.
Right.
You just got to let stuff go.
And he makes the first one. He missed the shot, so, and I don't think the foul was technically after he let the ball go out of his hands. So this didn't help him or miss it. Missed the second shot. Here comes Matthews in the game, coming in early, giving Guess a break. Some of these guys getting quick fouls are wanting to get them out. They don't want them to get in foul trouble later. They need them in the game late. Next shot, swoosh. So he made 2 out of the 3 shots he made. So Trey still has a 1-point lead. Everybody's traded baskets except they only made 1 of their foul shots one time.
That's 3 lazy passive Tracy's made in this first quarter, and they've all been picked off or hit. Davis
goes up, shoots a little too hard, misses the shot. Here comes Trace back down after securing the rebound. Ozzie has it at the top of the key, looking to the right side, throws the Bodecker, comes around to the left side to Armstrong in the wing. Passes back over to Ozzie at the top of the key. Over to Matthews, looks inside, does not throw. Taking their time, working in and around. Bodecker. Oh, in and out 3-point shot. Nice shot, just did not get it. And we get a quick jump ball. Nice hustle by Ozzie. They had the ball. They get the jump ball. They keep the ball. The good thing about that is they lost their jump ball because of that.
3 incidences on that offensive set. Guthrie had his man pinned. A lob would have been an easy bucket, but they've missed him 3 straight times.
Right. All right, Davis has the ball, dribbling around toward the top of the key slowly. Comes back left side. Hands off to Kibler. Back into, they're going to call it. That's a jump ball if I ever saw one, but we're going to get a foul. Guthrie blocked.
They give it to Matthews on the body.
Okay, because Guthrie made a great block, and I've had that happen to me as a referee, saying, no, great block, the foul was over here. So, who'd you say, Ozzie?
Matthews.
Matthews made the foul. Boy, the look on Guthrie's face when they blew that whistle.
So Hillsboro now with 8 points, and Howland has all 8.
Wow. Going up for another foul shot and puts it in. Put both of them in this time. They have a 9 to 8 point lead with 2 minutes to go.
Howland 9, Miami Trace 8.
Yeah, Howland is beating the whole team of Trace right now. Armstrong has it, drops it inside. Oh, jumped over Guthrie's back. No foul. Guthrie looks at the official. Here comes Kibler, shoots, no good. Bodecker with the rebound. Here comes Trace down the floor. Oh, they just opened the door and let him go right in for a layup. It just widened. I don't know if the guy knew he was right behind him or
not. One person looked to pick up the ball. They just went straight to their man that they were guarding.
Right, and when he pulled out to get his man, that just left it wide open. Passing the ball around. Hunter has it, throws it inside to Davis, who goes up with his left hand, no good. Ball's knocked loose. Guest finally comes up with the rebound down to Armstrong. Inside to Guthrie, goes up, puts it in. 12-9, 3-point lead with 1 minute left in the first quarter. Here comes Davis dribbling the ball down the floor. Davis driving around, takes a three-pointer from the wing, no good. Guthrie with the rebound, gives the Bodecker 43 seconds. Inside to Guthrie, no, too far away. Gus gets it, drops it inside, and knocked loose. Well, if Guthrie had it, he had an easy bucket right there, but they were lucky enough. I think Davis knocked it loose. All right, bringing Guthrie out. Don't want him a foul here in the last 32 seconds. Brought Matthews out. Got the starters back in other than Guthrie. Guess is in. Passing around, looking to drive. Up, Armstrong, no good. Here they come, 26 seconds. Taking their time, coming across the timeline with 20 seconds. Holding the ball is Howland. Looks like they're going down to one shot. Throws it fast inside, lets an easy bucket go. 3 seconds to go. Goes out to Armstrong, who puts it up. Oh, off the rim. 12-11. Trace does win the quarter by 1 point. And 12-11 at the end of one quarter, getting ready to start the second. Well, what's your justification of that quarter?
Well, that quarter, Tate Davis was 0 for 6, which may be the first time in his career that he's 0 for in a quarter. Of course, that's probably not true, but it sounds good.
Yeah.
But 0 for 6 and you're down 1, they got to feel pretty good about their side of things. Trace has just got to make sure they're more efficient on their end. We've had way too many turnovers in that quarter.
Oh,
and
like you said, lazy passes.
They were unforced turnovers. It's not like they were up in their face, creating havoc. It was just passes that were there, should have been made, but the passes were just not what they should have been.
Guess had one on the bottom. He was looking to make a turn to go for the bucket, and he held the ball on his hip, and the guy just reached around, knocked the ball loose. You got to protect the ball a little more there.
In that first quarter, Armstrong had 5, Bodecker with 2, Guthrie with 2, Osborne with 3 for Hillsboro, Howland with 9, and Burns with 2.
Right. And that's the difference between these two teams, I think. This is a 5-person, 7-person scoring team. Everybody can have a hot night and score more, but everybody in this team can score. Where Hillsboro leans on 2 to 3 players as their main scorers. Yep. If you shut them down, you can shut this team down a lot. We did shut Davis down, but we couldn't shut Howland down too. Throws it all the way inside to Guthrie. No good. Put back up by May. No good. Puts it back up again and puts it in. A little push on him.
Makes the hard one. Missed the easy one.
Yeah, you got that right. Here they come across the timeline. 14-11. Trace has the lead. Davis has the ball, driving to the middle of the lane, passes it outside, gets it back to Davis, drives the baseline, and we're passing all the way back out to Highland at the top of the key. Went all the way around. Bodecker trying to stick quickly with Davis. Guthrie using his body inside, not letting him do anything in there. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it on the outside, he says. And it looks like we stole the ball. Here comes
Osborne. To Bodecker, back to May.
Knocked it loose. Yeah, tried to lob it in, but then a player from the other side came through from the backside to knock the ball loose. If you're going to get it to him, you got to get to him a little quicker than that. You can't let a team have that much time to react on that ball. He came clean from the other side across. Throws it into Guthrie, right back into Bodecker, but missed the shot, hit the side of the backboard.
He got blocked.
Did he get blocked?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good, because I thought, I didn't think he could miss that shot that bad. Oh, nice block. Oh, nice block by May, but it's a foul. Is that 2 on May?
Yeah, it is 2.
Early. That's the type of shot right there. During this game, you'll see several called, several not called. And that same thing. It's just right there.
That last inbound play by Trace, we saw them score multiple times on that set. Clearly, Hillsboro had that scouted. They knew exactly what was coming because the kid guarding the inbounds play just turned around and knew that that ball was going right back into the inbounder.
Yep. That time they were looking for it, and that's why it didn't. That's why it was blocked. Okay. Guthrie had the rebound, but Hunter knocked it out of his hands. So Trace is bringing the ball in full court. Bodecker has the ball. Coming up fairly quickly. Back to him. Oh, bad pass again. Okay, lucked out. That pass was right to the. Oh, throw nice. Went up for the shot. Dropped it into Guthrie at the last second and put it in. Dangerous there because almost didn't get it into him. A lot of bodies. 16-12, 4-point lead, 6:20 to go in the second quarter of the first half. Dribbling around on the right side is Howland. Throws it at the top of the key. Shot up and missed by Hunter. Guest gets the rebound, brings it down. Bodecker has it at the right side. Starts the drive, dribbles off his own leg. Another
unforced turnover. So the last three possessions Hillsboro's had, only two kids have looked to score the basketball, and when they pass to the other players on the floor, if they're not inside the paint, they're just looking to get rid of it.
Right. And if you keep making this many unforced errors and missing foul shots, it does not bode well in the long term of this game. Davis throws the ball out to the top of the key. Missed. Shot by, I believe, Hunter. And here comes Trace down, throws it inside. Ozzie goes up, blocked from behind. May goes up, banks it in. Nice bank shot. I tell you, I wish I had a lot of people kids watching this game, watching those bank shots go in. Everybody tries to shoot straight to the rim. These guys are doing a good job of using that backboard. I call it bank board because that's what you do with it. Passing around. Throws it inside. Another wide open off ball. They've had at least 3 baskets like that this game. Completely outside, throwing all the way inside, wide open. Here comes Guest driving the lane, goes up and puts it in. We answer, but we shouldn't have to answer.
Well, when they jump the ball on the top, somebody's got to be ready for that backside. We can't be focused all on the same side as the ball.
We're double teaming, and when we double team the ball, somebody's then stepping up to take care of his guy. That leaves his man wide open, and nobody's watching for it.
Backside's got to see that.
You'd rather give up the pass here than the pass there. Throws the ball into Howland. Howland's, like you said, a freshman, doesn't play like a freshman. Very good ball player. Handles the ball great. Throws it to the corner, drops in, lobs, stolen. Armstrong has the ball. Here comes Guest. Ben yelling, go, 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 go. They going down the floor fast. Throws it inside to Guthrie. He goes up and gets fouled. That's what you got to do. They're either going to have to foul Guthrie, which gets him in foul trouble, or let him shoot the basket. But we're getting those foul calls today.
Yes. See if we can make free throws tonight.
Yes. Lift. And he puts the first one in. Guthrie all year, other than the last couple games, has been a great free throw shooter.
Yeah, he's been the one you want at the line late. And it's been contagious.
For a big guy, he has a nice soft touch. There's a nice one, and it goes in. Makes both. 22-14, 8-point lead. A very silent 8-point lead so far. 4 minutes to go to halftime. Ben screaming defense instructions now. Toss inside. Got it passed through. Got it inside to Howland. He puts it up for a layup. Went to block. Ball just squeezed by. Here comes Bodecker bringing the ball down the floor. Thing is, every time they score, we got to answer so we don't lose that lead, and then maybe add to it little by little. Bodecker wide open, does not take it. dribbles in, throws back out to the top. Oh, two players reach for the ball at the same time. Missed. Armstrong fouled him. He was throwing the ball to Armstrong. Guest came over, thought he was throwing to him, reached out and knocked it loose, and Hillsboro got the ball. Know your position. Know where the ball's going, guys. Here comes Ozzie back in the game. Probably going to go in for Armstrong, who just got a foul. No, he's going in for Guess. No, he's taking May out. Gabe was walking off. Then he says, no, I want Guess out. I thought with Armstrong getting the second foul, I thought maybe he was taking Armstrong out. Or was that his second foul?
His first.
That's only his first. All right.
Yeah, May's the only one with 2 right now.
All right.
That was Davis's first point of the night. That's his second.
He made both free throws. And 22-18, still a 4-point lead, but we had an 8-point lead a minute ago, so we just lost 4. Trace has to take care of the ball, quit making unforced errors. That was another unforced error last time. Throws it into Guthrie, tries to dribble, gets fouled, does make the basket, but I believe that was way after the foul. Taking the ball outside was not, he had not shot yet, which is what I thought.
That foul was on Kibler.
Foul on Kibler. Do they have anybody? No, they don't.
No.
Nobody with 2, or at least nobody on the floor with 2. I don't think they have any with 2. Throws it outside to Bodecker, throwing it in from out of bounds. To Guthrie, way outside. Throws it to Ozzie. Now he drops low again. Now he brings him to the top of the key. Ben brings him up. Probably to set a pick. Now he's going to drop low. Guest goes up, puts it in. Nice move by Guest. Going left and then just in the air, switched his body sideways and shot it right in.
Howland's guarding Guess, and anytime they want to post Guess up inside, he's going to have a major 5 or 6 inch height advantage if they choose to do that.
Right,
later.
and he doesn't want him in foul trouble, so he's trying to stay clear of fouls, and with the height advantage, he's kind of hard for him to stop Guess. Davis with a shot at the foul line, no good. Here comes Bodecker back down. 6-point lead, 2 minutes to go, a little over 2 minutes. Throws it to Guthrie, over to the right side to Armstrong, goes up. Oh, just off, but we get the rebound. Throws it outside to Guthrie. Goes inside, puts it in. He was actually throwing that to Guess. Guthrie caught it, and we get a timeout by Ben. Late timeout call, because once they got possession, we can't, but he was yelling for it. Sousa went through, and they gave it to him.
Yeah, they knew that he was way before they got the ball.
Yeah, he knew he was already calling it. It says, our fault, so we're going to give it to you. We should have called it. Okay, Trace back up with that 8-point lead. They can keep, that lead basically and back and forth, and then maybe the second half add 2 here. Just add 2 here.
Well, again, when they come down the floor and they take care of the basketball, they've been their own worst enemy tonight.
Yes. Take away the unforced errors, how many more points would they have?
Absolutely. If you give them half of that, I bet they've got 10 turnovers this half. I'll look at the book at the half. But
so if they've got 10 turnovers.
If you score on half of those, that's another 10 points. Or 5 points, 6 points, who knows?
Well, 10 turnovers would be 20 points. Like you said, half would be 20. And like you said, just give them 6 to 8, and we got a huge lead. So that's the big key to this game right now for Trace. You got a lead, and you're making mistakes. Stop the mistakes. The lead goes up. All right, we got Davis. We got Guthrie out guarding Davis way out past the
nice
3-point line.
They got set a screen up with Guthrie's man, thinking that Tate could drive right by him, and Adam didn't let him. That's a good play.
Yeah. And
nice steal by
Howland
Ozzie.
Lost the ball. Here goes Guthrie looking to his left, throws it into Guthrie. And good job by Ozzie. Ozzie throws it to Guthrie. Guthrie does a couple dribbles, turns, and puts it in.
Well, they slowed themselves down. They didn't do everything in a rush. They knew they had the size advantage and just took and
because Ozzie had the ball and could have ran real quick down, but he slowed up to let Guthrie catch up with him. And the player guarding him couldn't let him go on in. Oh, they stopped to Howland. They threw it into Howland. Howland drove, kicks it off, and ball put in by
Kibler.
I didn't think it was Hunter. That's why. Oh, do you know he kept 1 foot on the ground?
Well, he dribbled, too. He hadn't lost his dribble.
Yeah, even if he's dribbling, if he goes up in the air and comes down, it's still good. Unless he's dribbling the ball, that's legal. Pass the ball around, driving in. Is that Kibler?
13.
And puts it in. So 13 is Burns. Burns. Got to get these numbers. I know 10 is Hunter. He's out guarding Bodecker. Here goes Guest trying to drive around and gets a nice roll. Drove right around Howland. He tries to stop him. He just can't stop him from getting that close. Long, desperate shot. 32-22. Trace takes a 10-point lead into halftime. Nobody in real foul trouble, and hopefully more to come in the second half. You want to give everybody an update on scores?
Yes. Grant Guess with 6 in that first half. Colton May with 4. Brady Armstrong with 5. Bodecker with 2. Adam Guthrie with 12. Bryson Osborne with 3. For Hillsboro, Tate Davis with 2. Braden Hunter with 2. Stephen Kibler with 3. Nick Burns with 4. And Howland with 11 to round out your scoring.
Good job.
But like I said, Austin Bodecker had 2 points that half.
Right.
But even bigger than that is that he was guarding Tate Davis the entire half.
Right.
Face guarding him, making sure that he limited his touches. And even when he did get a touch, he was 0 from the field. And when you can go into a half and he's got
2 points.
2 points on the night in the first half. And those 2 are both free throws.
Right.
So that is just an awesome job by
Excellent
Austin
defense by Bodecker. Bodecker did a fabulous job on him. No fouls and stopped him. I mean, that's not an easy job.
Right, because like I said, I know you can probably see it on your screen, but they run everything through him. So when he doesn't have the ball, everyone comes sets a screen for him so he can get the ball. And when he has the ball, they come set a ball screen for him so he can get loose. And the times that he didn't have the ball, he drove the paint, and they forced him to kick it out. And then when he did shoot it, he was rushed. He didn't get clean looks. The cleanest look he had all evening was that half-court shot that he just took right before the half.
And the layups that came open were because Davis and Howland both were outside of the three-point line, and they went to double team, and everybody helped out. That left another player underneath, which they weren't considering a scoring threat. But you throw them an open pass underneath the basket, they're going to score.
Well, it's just like we said early on when Trace made those two threes right in their first 2 shots of the night were threes. We said, they can't let Guthrie have the ball inside, so they're going to give up that 3 ball and hope they don't make them. That's the same thing Trace is doing. They're making sure, trying to limit Davis and Howland and let everyone else shoot the ball, which has worked in their favor because the shots aren't falling.
I think in the long run, Ben's saying, hey, we'll let them have a couple there. We're not going to let them have it here.
Until somebody else makes shots, then you just let them keep firing until they
and
make
once those happen 3 times, okay, now he's going to look at something, draw it up and say, okay, when this happens, you got to look here. You got to give up the pass here to stop that. You can't come out all the way. You still got to guard your man, but help out, and that'll knock that underneath pass. All right, we're going to take a break for halftime. There's about 7.5 minutes left. We'll see you at the beginning of the second half.
I guess 10. 8 turnovers that first half. So that's close to 10.
Well, you got the microphone. Just start singing.
All right, will all the sponsors please come out?
Hey, Aaron. Sean says he's got a pickup truck if you're looking for one.
Funny.
Hey, somebody had to tell me. I didn't know about it.
Oh, the high schoolers ratted him out to me first thing. Like, did you see him and True? And then they all had pictures.
Basketball club. I'd like to recognize all those sponsors that do so much for our basketball program. First off, let's start with the silver. Terry Queen,
I mean, it's all
back in time, just
private
we,
so nothing really they can do again for your insurance.
Fayette Eye Care, Lost Order at Smithson, Brian Ag, RM Home Services, IHS Pharmacy, Creative Financial Solutions, Greg and Lisa Pettit Enterprises, Merit Farm Equipment, Alex Murray, Weed Realtors and Auctioneers. The silver sponsors please step forward so we can give you your sponsorship
That was okay.
plaque. And now for our gold sponsors. Marquee Construction, Premier Heartland, Allstate Insurance, Martin Pet, Mount Stone, Creek Logic, Roller Haven, Jason Langley, Ford Company, Davison Farms, Bain Welker, State Farm Amanda Ferris, and State Farm Shane McMahon. These are our gold sponsors. Now, our platinum sponsors. The Eagles,
All money made
Alliance
went to this
Ag,
one function and then
Merit
went out to all
Insurance,
teams. Yeah.
and SWG.
If I went in and found maybe $500 to the girls' basketball,
Thank you.
that would go into that fund. But with that
Also
car, actually that
recognizing
$500 a lot. Right.
Generations,
So everybody, in other words, everybody gets $100. But this team now gets $100 plus $500.
Parent Financial, Holy Oil, ABC Engineering. For all the sponsors, please give a round of applause.
That's where they buy
Everything that our sponsors do. As a program, we really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
When I coached East Clinton Bowling, we asked the team, we got, school's out, you get straight on the bus, you got an hour drive almost every place to be bowling. And that's the way when you got done, you had an hour drive back, okay? So it took 3 hours a minimum to 4 hours to bowl. Okay, so an hour, 3 to 4, 5 hours minimum to get back. We asked the kids, you got a choice. We said, bring you straight home, but we're off the ball, get home, or we can take the time Rick went out and got him a pretzel and something to drink here, huh? He always comes back and says, "What'd you get me?" And I said, "Always starts at the top. All right, 25 seconds. Let's see, who gets the ball coming in? Is it them? Hillsboro gets the ball.
Okay, Coach? You good?
Trace with a 10-point lead, 32-22. Ben giving some final instructions to Bodecker with a little smirky grin.
So after checking with Carl, the statistician of all statisticians, Trace ended up with 7 turnovers. After
7 turnovers, not 8. We got another.
So they cleaned it up there a little in the second quarter.
Yeah, they had to because they made 3 or 4 quick.
Yeah, I'd say 5 of those was in the first quarter.
All right. Here they come back out. Again, rebounds should go Trace's way for the most part with the height advantage if they do a good job of boxing out. And they got 2 main shooters. If you can harness them a little bit, it does hurt them a little bit. With Trace, you can't let anybody free. All 5 guys out there 4 of them can shoot a 3 at any time, and the other one, you get the ball inside the paint and you're in trouble. Here they come.
So let's see what Hillsboro.
Howland shoots a long 3 off the flange, comes back out. And here comes Trace with the ball with a 10-point lead. Fakes the handoff, drives, puts it up and in. Nice play by Armstrong. 14-point lead. Here comes Davis down with the ball in the right side wing. Backing up a little bit. Looking around. Here comes the screen. Double team. Davis kicks it way out to Howland, over here to Hunter. Puts it in. Hunter with 2, or a 3. Was that a 3?
Yeah, that was a 3.
That was a 3. Here comes Ozzie bringing the ball down floor on the left side, breaking the timeline. Dribbles to the right side, stops at the top of the key. Over to the left side, middle, throws it into Guthrie. Back outside for a 3 to Ozzie. I mean, everybody's hitting that outside shot on Hillsboro. It's kind of hard. Which guy do you not let shoot is kind of hard. All right, Davis has the ball right side. Dribbles to the left side. Throws it inside to Kibler. Back to Davis. Outside to Howland. Oh, I thought he traveled, taken off. No call. Hunter dribbling around. Gives it back to Kibler. Back to Howland. Davis is trying to get open, but he just cannot get open. They were looking his way. Oh, nice block. Don't shoot over May. I'll tell you that right now. He drove on May, jumped, and May just went up, and there's no way Howland's going to shoot over May. I'll tell you that right now. 12-point lead, 37-25, 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Throw to the right side. Davis catches it near the out-of-bounds line. Dribbles back outside. Bodecker on him. Dribbles to the right side. Almost triple team. Hunter shoots a 3 from the top of the key. That's what they've got to do. If you're going to take away Davis, then whoever he throws to has got to make that shot.
Yes.
And right now, they're having a couple guys do that for him. Ozzie goes down, puts it up, no good. Ball gets loose. Here goes Davis for the rebound, going down fast. Stops at the foul line, puts it up, no good. Bodecker with a nice rebound. I didn't think he was going to get that ball. Oh, good drop there by Kibler, because
that was an easy layup if he doesn't drop.
He was dropping that in, and he dropped down and knocked it out of bounds, or we had an easy 2. Again, we got 9-point lead. Ooh, man, little arms around May there.
He got shoved in the back, too.
Ozzie with 3 from the right wing. back up to a 12-point lead, 40-28. I tell you, it's kind of hard when you're double figures and you make a basket and they go right back to double figures. It takes the wind out of you a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, what do I have to do here?
Oh, bail him out on that. No. He went through on a big guy, just sort of threw it up, and they're going to get a foul on Guthrie on that.
That's his first foul. The only player we have on either side with 2 fouls is May, and he's had those 2 early.
Right. I was shocked. They did take him out early because of that second foul, and but then he came back in. He's not got any sense. Here comes Guest back in.
Looks like the little wrinkle that Hillsboro made.
Looks like him and May are like platooning each other. Yeah.
For the second half, is they're giving the ball to Davis early so he can set the offense up, and then them trying to get him open that way instead of trying to run him off the screen. They're just trying to give him the ball early.
It wasn't working the other way, so they tried to. Howland missed another free throw, and was that Kibler?
Yeah,
Kibler going after the ball and goes out of bounds. All right. Ooh. Scary pass there, but got it to him. Here comes Osborne over the timeline. Throws it to Guess inside, or to the left wing, to Bodecker. Over to the outside. Armstrong trying to throw it in to Guthrie, not there. Throws it to Bodecker, gets it knocked loose. Oh wow! Guess picks it up and drops it into Guthrie. Wow, great play. I mean, that was a no-look toss, and then we get a quick timeout. 13-point lead by Trace. And, I mean, that ball was loose.
The end of the play was fantastic, but you don't get that if he don't hustle and get that loose ball to pick it up and then have the vision to see everyone collapsing on that ball and then seeing that Guthrie's wide open because his man went to go get that loose ball that he beat him to.
Right, because when Guest grew through there, the ball's in the middle of the lane, everybody's going after it. Guest hustles through, grabs it, not only grabs it, but then no look, underneath, quick pass to Guthrie, wide open for an easy layup. Just unbelievable heads-up play by Guest on that play.
Me personally, I would have slammed it, but that's just me.
That's just you.
I couldn't jump that high.
No, in my mind, I would slam it.
In your mind. Oh, my grandson in South Carolina would have slammed it. We got a thing for as a freshman last year at the end of the season. They threw him a long pass, one dribble in the lane, goes up and stuffs the basketball as a freshman.
Nice.
All righty. Hillsboro has the ball. They're into the court. Guess on, I believe, can't see the number, but I believe that's Kibler.
Hunter. I think it's 10.
10, Hunter. I can't see the number, so haven't learned the faces that well. It is Hunter. Okay, back out to Howland. Howland guarded by Ozzie, which is giving him some room right there. If you're going to be that far out, I'm not going to get up on top. If you give it to Davis at the top of the key, on Bodecker on him. Guess and Bodecker now both on him. Guess instead of switching, Bodecker went back to his man, and Guess was still with him. Luckily, they couldn't find somebody. Oh, man, there was no foul. Oh, he went right over Armstrong. Armstrong says, what? Get your butt back on him so he can't come over you like that. Okay, nothing gained there. They're all the way back around with Howland at the top of the key. Davis goes to the left. Bodecker got screened that time. Missed shot. And here comes Guest bringing the ball up the floor over to Armstrong. Back out to Ozzie at the top. I have trouble with Ozzie's name just because of Armstrong. I don't want to say Armstrong with Ozzie.
That's all.
And that's short. Guthrie, strong, went in, knocked it loose. Oh, Almost threw it away, but defense on there slowed them down. They could not have a runaway, so making them set the game up.
Yeah, good hustle back by
just under 3
Bodecker.
minutes. Oh, they're going to get Bodecker with a foul there from the side. Tried to block, but it's kind of hard to come in to block on the side like that. You touch.
Yeah, Bodecker may need a break. He's been working awfully hard for 2.5, 3, almost 3 quarters now.
I think he's coming down to get his break right now.
During the free throw,
during the free throw, he's going to get a drink and a break. All right, here comes May back in. He's giving Armstrong a break.
Yeah.
Bodecker says, oops, I got to go back down there now, darn it. Ozzie looks a little tired too here.
Ozzie always looks tired.
He does. I'll guarantee you that. He always looks tired because I've said that all year long. All right, 42-31, 11-point game, still double figures. Here comes Guest bringing the ball down the floor. Being closely guarded here. Very closely guarded, and we're finally going to get a call. And that was Burns, wasn't it? Burns got that foul. That's his second. Pass out to Guess at the top of the key, near the timeline. Being closely guarded. Nice 8-footer, puts it in. Back up to a 13-point lead.
When Guess is hitting that shot, he's hard to guard.
Oh,
'cause
he
can
is.
just out-jump whoever's guarding him.
A three-pointer by
Hunter.
So, yeah, they've got a third man making some baskets, and Hunter right there. Bodecker with the ball. Gives the ball to Guthrie at the top of the key. Back over to May. Looking around. Nope. Being closely guarded. Yeah, if you haven't dribbled, better start before they get the 5 count. Pass in to Guthrie. Oh, May was open, but he couldn't see him. Shot. Oh, May went up for the shot, or Guest went up for the shot. Guthrie with the rebound and puts it in. Trace with a timeout with a 12-point lead. Tell you what, if you can keep that lead over 10 points, double figure, you can give a basket up here or there. If you can maintain a 2-point double figure lead, it's kind of hard to come back on you when you're right there.
Right. Especially when you're limited on your scores.
But Trace is very good at patience on setting up a play. They don't get anxious. They can take them 3 minutes. They don't care. They're going to wait until they get something open.
Yeah, and when they're moving the ball well and they're not trying to do things out of the play set,
right.
It doesn't matter who does what, regardless of what offense that they're in. Each kid has basically got the same skill level. They can do multiple different things.
The only time I've seen them hurry a shot is once they're driving. Then sometimes if they get within 6 feet of the basket, instead of pulling it out, they'll try a quick pass or just shoot up a shot. And that's where they need to have the patience. Hey, it's not there to pull it out. But some teams don't have that patience. They got to go down and score within 3 or 4 passes. All right, here comes Howland down with the ball.
Bodecker still face guarding Tate.
Passing around, Howland with the ball in the wing, right wing. Gives it to Davis. He's open. He falls down, but nobody fouled him. He just fell down. Here goes. Oh, he got bumped. We're going to get a jump ball here. He got bumped about 5 feet from the basket, and then when he went up, he was off balance and no call. Then it was a free-for-all trying to get the rebound. Trace gets the jump ball.
Yeah, with a minute left, you kind of like to want to save that jump ball for
Till
the fourth
quarter, right.
But get a score here and don't worry about it.
But since it was an open ball, you need that ball right there. May up with the basket, shoots, misses. Armstrong almost went over Davis's back to get that, did not. Davis going down fast, just loses the ball, but they're going to say Trace knocked it out of his hands, or at least last to touch it. I don't think they knocked it out of his hands as much as last to touch it, reaching for the ball. Here comes Ozzie over with a much-needed break here before timeout.
Armstrong getting him.
Oh, bad pass by them this time. Here comes Guest down with the ball on the left side. Throws it to Armstrong in the corner, short. And here comes them back down with the ball. Lead pass, and we're going to get a foul. Is that going to be on Bodecker?
Yeah.
That's going to be a second. Oh, shoot.
You got a wide open 3 there on that possession, but you really probably want to just run the clock out and
second
get
half,
shot.
Second half, the legs aren't the same, so sometimes those shots aren't there like they were in the first half because you just don't have the leg behind you had in the first half. Especially at the end of the third quarter. 46-35, and missed the second free throw. May gets the rebound. Him and Guthrie were fighting for it. Here comes Guess.
Look for them to set up for one shot.
32 seconds to go. Oh, he's going to drive the lane.
Unless you get a layup.
Unless you get a layup. And they gave him a lane, and he took it and did a great Euro step again. Right, left, and put it up. Now they're probably going to go for one shot. And we're 13-point deficit. Oh, no. Oh, he bought that shot. Oh, he just jumped into the shooter, but he lost the ball. Unintentionally lost the ball, and they're going to give him a free throw on that. That was using the official. And when you go into the meeting, it's one thing we always tell each other: don't let the guy use you. You know, he was out of trouble. He was going up with a prayer, and the referee bought him out of that.
Yeah, he got bailed out.
He got bailed out of that. So he makes the first free throw, 36-48.
And that was the third foul on May.
Oh, he didn't give it to Bodecker, give it to May.
Yeah.
10 seconds. Coming across the timeline, Gass throws it into May, goes up, makes it, no foul, but makes the basket. Kind of hard, good block by Guthrie. It's kind of hard. Guy going up, looks like for a dunk, gets bodied, so he ends up just laying it in, and no foul, but makes the basket. Ben's asking down here, how can you bail him out on that? I know that's what Ben's asking him. Man, you can't bail him out on that play right there. All right, 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. Was it 11 points at the halftime?
10.
10 at halftime. So we gained 3. Even with some of the things we're bringing out that went against us in a way, it's still a 13-point lead. So Trace just has to play heads up, clean basketball, and keep the fouls out and keep the unintentional throwing the ball away out.
You know, I don't want to keep sounding like a broken record. We're 3 quarters into this ball game, and Tate Davis, who's one of the best scorers in this league, if not the best scorer in this league, has yet to make a basket from the field.
Well, and I think when he has had shots, he's hurrying them. He's feeling rushed. I haven't made any baskets. I've got to score, and he's not shooting the right shot.
And 100% blame that all on Bodecker.
Mm-hmm.
He is just bothering him enough.
Right, and when Bodecker gets caught up in a screen and Davis ends up open, he's hurrying the shot.
Well, that
because he knows Bodecker's coming.
Because Bodecker's flying to him in the air with a hand up. It's still not a clean look when he's open. Referee
just told Ben, my fault. In other words, on that shot where he lost the ball going up and they called a foul, he's like, my fault. You know, I bailed him. My bad. So what you want to do there is get the referee feeling like he owes you one. And on a close play, you may not lose that foul or gain that foul or whatever. All right, Hillsboro gets the ball at the quarter break, which is what we talked about a minute ago. Trace gave that up on the jump ball. 13-point lead. Oh, nice steal by May with those long arms of his. And that's what you got to do. You got to make Hillsboro take time to find someone and then lose the ball.
Yeah, so I was just getting ready to say right before that happened that they switched May on
inside
the
the Guthrie missed, rebound, then puts it in. Go ahead.
They've switched May on the Howland, so they got their two best defenders on Hillsboro's best two players. So let's see what that does.
Well, in the fourth quarter, I'm sure they're telling May, play it out. If you foul out, we got somebody else to go in. You know, oh, I don't think that was a kick. You got to be below the knee and intentional. And here comes Guthrie out for a much-needed rest. Going to save him for a while. Gets good. Pass the ball around. Howland with an open three, and he swoosh.
See, that was a gamble that Ozzie doesn't need to make right there.
Right. And that's a 12-point lead. We had a 15-point lead at that point. With that three, we still have a 12-point double-figure lead. Bodecker driving around, being guarded, gives him back. He started to shoot, no, from the wing. Really, the clock's there on their side.
An extra teammate right now.
You take a minute and a half every time you get the ball to score. That's that much time they don't have to score. And then if you score on top of that, it makes it even worse. Oh, bad pass. Oh, we got a jump ball, yes. Good hustle by May. Guy got the rebound, was dribbling with the ball to his right. I think he forgot May was there.
Yeah, he did.
And May just reached out and grabbed the ball. And Trace gets that back, so that's a steal. We had the ball, they got the rebound, but we get the ball. That's very good play. Throws it into Guess, who drives the lane, flips off. Oh, no foul, good block.
Oh, then
and May's going to get a cheap foul right there.
That's his fourth.
All right. Do you let him play it out, or in the fourth quarter? No, they're going to bring Guthrie back in for him. Going to give him a break. He'll be back. Some teams make a mistake taking it out for 4 fouls and wait till a minute to go in the game.
Too long, and then
you
there's
got
no
the
help.
fourth quarter. There's nothing left, so being on the bench is the same as already being fouled out if you don't play them. Howland went in, thought he got a foul, but no, you jump into a guy, you're not going to get that foul. You're a little guy going into a big man's territory and jumping. 12-point lead, 6 minutes to go. Davis gets a foul in the three-point by Bodecker. He's mad at himself. He said he got the ball, but if you get the ball and you still get the guy, you got the guy, you know. All right. Davis is going to be shooting three, I believe. I think he was behind the timeline. It's hard to tell from here. Misses the first one. Bodecker, that's his third. So we got one with 4, one with 3. We don't need everybody with 4 fouls going down the rest of this fourth quarter. Yeah, sometimes when you hustle and you hustle a little too much. If he's out there for a 3, let him have a 3, I think. You're better off that, especially now. Don't get any more fouls. So just put a hand in his face, doesn't let him get a good look. He's been hustling his shots anyway, so my guess he was going to miss that shot. And he makes 2 out of the 3, so he makes 2 points. Got a 10-point lead, which a minute ago we had 15-point lead. So, again, Trace has to take care of the ball, use the clock, and look inside for a bucket. Nothing unless it's wide open. Oh, who's over to Armstrong. Back out to Guess. Ball around. Bodecker has it, drives, puts it up. No call. They get the rebound. Davis has it. They're going on a 2-on-2. Yep. Everybody pointing.
Oh, that should have been Trace ball. That was off. That was off.
Sometimes you ask the referee, could you check the other officials? But nobody looking. He knocked it loose, but I think it hit a Hillsboro player. Howland out deep. 5.5 to go in the game. 10-point difference. Oh! Oh! Blocked by Armstrong, getting called a foul. The referee goes no.
Ozzie.
Who did I say?
Armstrong.
I told you Osborne and Armstrong throw me fits, so Ozzie gets the foul. I meant Ozzie, but said Armstrong. Yeah, anybody watching thought I didn't know my players. No, I do. Osborne and Ozzie, because they start off the same, throw me there a little bit. All right. Missed that first free throw. Goes up with the second, and he missed that. Oh, but they get the rebound. Oh, good block. Who are we getting the foul on? It's probably going to be a guess because that was a great block by.
Yep.
Yeah. And a lot of times when a referee blows the whistle to call foul but didn't realize it was a great jump ball, he'll give it to the guy closest to him.
Yeah.
All right. Number 12, Kibler goes up, makes the first free throw, taking it down to a 9-point lead. They're underneath the double figures there. Trace has to get that ball up to double figures again, and he makes them both. I tell you who's missed their free throws tonight, and that is Howland. Howland has not made a boatload of free throws tonight. Here comes Guess down the lane to the right side, looking. Bodecker, top of the key. Oh, use that bankboard, guys. Nice steal. Oh, yeah, he was over. He was not, over and back, he was. He was in the backcourt, tried to jump. And that's the key. Don't jump. When you jump, you're slow in the air. You run, you take a quick step, you're over. They don't quick step, they jump slowly in the air.
It's a big possession right here for both teams.
Right.
Trace desperately needs to stop. Hillsboro can make a basket here,
Yes.
get a timeout, I bet, and then
they're only 8 points, so if they make a basket, and he does, and it's a 5-point game. Here comes Trace. Trace has been trying to go, pass the ball around, but they've not been getting good passes when they try to go inside. That's the thing. They've been trying to force the ball inside. Here goes Guess with a three. Off the rim. No good. And here comes Hillsboro down to answer.
Just not the shot you need in that moment there.
No. 5-point lead. They make a three. They're within 2. You do not want to let a team back in when you had a 15-point lead in the second half get back within 2 points. Oh, Ozzie almost with the steal. Drops it off. Passes to Davis going in, and I don't want to say anything, but we've had guys go in and put the ball up and 2 guys guarding us, no foul, and every time they've went up with 2 guys guarding, it's been a foul. Every time. All right, Davis going up. That's where he's making his points tonight, on the foul line. And he makes the first free throw. Yeah, Trace was feeling a little desperate right there. It's like, we can't let this happen. And he went up to block that shot. Oh, we got a little girl ready to run on the.
Little Southie trying to put herself in the game.
Second shot in. So we got a 3-point game here, people. 3:50 to go in the game, and we're back within 3 points. Not long ago, we were double figures. Try again. See where.
He's going to call a charge.
He's going to call a charge. Little guy falls down. Again, but we forced the throw into him. It wasn't there. Don't force it in. He did get the rebound. Then when he made a step toward the basket, with his weight, the other guy goes down, they're going to call a charge. And I'm not sure. Sometimes he throws his shoulder. I'm not so sure he threw that shoulder that time. I think he just. little carry. Armstrong with a steal, going down 90 mile an hour. Goes up. And the whistle was blown before he went up, but we're going to get a 2-shot foul. Foul's on number 10. That's Hunter. I mean, he was halfway through the paint when that whistle went off. I was worried he called a travel. And then he comes in with the 2. It's like, whoa, I'll take it, but thought that was a little early. And Ozzie with a basket, which makes it 2 possession. From 2 double figures to 2 possession at least.
You know, you get a big game like this at the end of it, you don't want your kids to panic, but I don't think it's the kids panicking out here right now. I think it's some other folks on the floor right now that are doing a little bit of the
I agree with you. And you tell when in the room you talk to each other about keep your breathing slow. Don't call something just to call it, and make sure you call what you see. Nice rebound by Armstrong. Gives it out to Ozzie coming up the floor. Again, we need to slow this down. He traveled. Why are we hurrying the ball down the floor again? We got a 4-point lead, 3 minutes to go in the game. Take our time. Make them hurry. I knew when he got it coming. He was going 90 mile an hour again. Ben may be telling him here.
Timeout here.
Slow it down. I made that mistake playing in a game. Got the ball. We had a big lead in the second half. I got the ball, and the coach is screaming on the sideline for me to pull it back out. But I had a big lead. I went in because I was hustling, missed the layup. They got the rebound. They ended up coming back and win the game. There was not that much time left. Run the clock.
Good spot here for a timeout. You got the ball under your basket. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Ben's probably drawing something up that maybe they don't use regularly, so they haven't seen it on their end on the scout tape and everything. So we'll see what he comes up with.
Checking timeouts.
Yeah, Trace has 2 timeouts left. Hillsboro with 3.
Right.
Trace has committed. They're at their 5 foul limit here, so anytime Hillsboro gets fouled, they'll be at the free throw line.
They're going to be shooting 2. They've only scored 1 foul in this whole second quarter.
Yeah.
That's kind of hard to believe in a contested game as we have.
Yeah, it's been pretty physical here, and like I said, that foul just happened on that layup.
Yeah, and that was the first one. Yep. 3 minutes to go, and that was first
5 minutes
foul.
in. 5 minutes in, you got your first foul.
Ball being thrown in the corner. Gets it in. No good. They get the rebound.
Oh, he just got taken down.
Going to call an intentional foul here. Yes, we're getting an intentional foul. I think it was like payback. He felt he was getting pushed around, and he literally Hunter took out Guthrie. Guthrie's going to be down here shooting 2. I don't know where he's going. He's going down there. It's intentional. Guthrie's the one that shoots it.
He has to shoot. Person who got fouled has to shoot him.
If it's a technical, you can. Yeah, they're noticing that. Personally, Guthrie's a good foul shot shooter, so you're not gaining anything by that. It's not a technical. It's treated like a technical, but it's Guthrie shoots. He's the one that was fouled. And then you take the ball out underneath, nearest spot of the foul, not at half court. And he makes the first one, and the fans go wild like, ha, 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 got you. The referees laughingly looked out the other coaches and said, hey, mind your business. The ball gets taken out under the basket, and yes, the referees are doing it. And both Ben and the other coach were pointing that way too. You take on an intentional foul, you take the ball out where the foul was committed. Even though you get 2 with nobody there, you take it out where the foul was committed, so it's underneath. 56-49. Throws it in to Guess in the corner, lobs it in. And nice bank shot by Guthrie. We're back up to a 9-point game with 2:43 left in the game. They got it down within 3. We're back up to 9. That's got to be like a hit in the gut for the team behind that just got up there. It's like, God, we got all the way up here. Now we're back to 9. You know, it does.
Well, you had the breakaway and the free throws by Ozzie. Then you come down and have a 4-point play with Guthrie there. And, you know, that just turned, because everything before those moments was going Hillsboro's way. Everything was going Hillsboro's way. And that sudden change right there just picked everything up. And quietly, that was Guthrie's 22nd points of the game right there.
Well, the player that fouled Hunter, if it's not an intentional, you got to call it technical for flagrant foul. If it's flagrant, he's tossed, and then it's a 2-shot, and then you take it out half court.
I mean, it was a good takedown. Had this been a wrestling match for the, I mean, he'd have got 2 points for that. There's no doubt. You gotta give the kid credit for getting him down.
Getting him down, you're right. But I think it was, you know, hey, I'm getting pushed around, and you get a little mad at that time, and you let your feelings take a charge of you.
And you know, the surprising thing really is everybody's flowing on a fast break this way. The fact that somebody actually seen it.
Well, the referee, the last referee to trail, it's supposed to stay till the last player comes down. So he doesn't come, and then if they're there, he stays. He doesn't. That's why with 2 guys, the guy's hustling down the floor. 3 guys, he stays. See how he's staying back? See, he's staying back behind the player bringing the ball down the floor. All right, here's Howland bringing it down. Looks to the right, throws it in, blocked by Guthrie. Again, he goes in, tries to throw by Guthrie. You can't throw by Guthrie or May. Too much against these other guys, too. There's too much height advantage.
Trace is going to try to run some clock here.
And I think finally the players are getting smarter and running the clock off. Of course, Ben's been preaching it to them. Yeah, if they're coming after you, let them. Oh, we got a bad pass, but knocked free, and a quick Guthrie goes out and picks the ball up. They're trying to foul, and Trace is not letting them.
That's their 3rd foul, so they've still got to foul 2 more times.
Yes. See, that's the downside of not scoring and getting any fouls.
We were talking about that during the JV game.
We were. We weren't on air then, but we were talking about it, that the downside of timeout here, the downside of not having any fouls called against your team in the second half is when, if you're behind and you need to foul, you got to foul 4 or 5 times just to get on the time, and that just runs more clock.
Yep,
before you can put them on the foul line. Again, if Trace does make a bucket here, we're back into double figures with less than 2 minutes to go in the game. Trace has to use the time on the offense and use the time on the defense. Force them to use time off the clock to score, not let them come down and get a quick pass, score. If they shoot, make it be a hurried shot, not a good, nice, take-time setup shot. He's got 2, Hillsboro's with 2, and
Trace has
one timeout left. He's telling his players, get on the other side. They keep coming up. He goes, no, the other side. Throws it to Guest, throws it out to Armstrong. Dribbling around. Throws it to Bodecker, gets fouled by Davis. I was going to say that's been a foul this way all night long. We had several blocked or knocked loose, and we got a foul called on.
And you knew this as a referee. I mean, when you're the coach, you've already told the referee, hey, we're fouling.
Right.
So
when the guy goes in like that, you're going to call that quick foul.
Foul, yeah.
All right, same thing. 2 guys on this end. Well, he's literally, he throws him down. He was holding Guess all the way. I mean, he had his arms around him, and then all of a sudden, because of he's holding him, Guess loses his balance, falls down, and the player looks, what'd I do? You just did what you were supposed to do. You got no time ran off the clock there and got the foul.
Let's see if Grant can knock these down.
I mean, he almost could have got an intentional there.
Yeah. Got it.
Guess is a good. Almost everybody on this Trace team is a good foul shot. I don't know if anybody I can say, oh, he's not good foul. They're all good foul shot shooters at times, most of the times. And now they're up to an 11-point lead. So you're up to double figures lead with a minute 40 to go in the game. Bodecker hard on Davis. Passing the ball around. Goes in. Short shot by number 13, Burns.
Timeout Hillsboro. That was Burns' first bucket of the
both
second
teams
half.
have one timeout left with a minute 30 to go. So 1.5 minutes to go in this game. Both teams have one timeout.
Both teams in the bonus.
And Trace has an 11-point lead.
So Hillsboro will come out with pressure. The main thing is to get the ball in, take care of it. Don't make a quick turnover.
Oh, I said double. We're a 9-point lead right now. I was putting the one the wrong way. 50 to 61 instead of 60 to 51. So we got a 9-point lead with a minute and a half to go. Okay, coach coming out to double check where the ball is coming in so we can set up the proper play.
So that was after a make. So Trace will have the should have the baseline to run.
Yes, they have the baseline to run, even though it's being handed in because it was after a basket. They can run the baseline. Used to be an old play where you throw the ball into a guy on the other side out of bounds. We got two guys standing out of bounds.
Ben loves this play.
Because we got three guys out of bounds. So it's like
four. Everybody but Guthrie's out of bounds.
Oh my God. So which guy is going to, and that's illegal.
Armstrong will be the trigger.
Okay. No time run off the clock on that. Do it in, knocked out.
Yeah.
Might have been a half second on the clock in that click.
What's supposed to happen is once Armstrong makes that pass out of bounds,
he comes in and they give it to him.
Yes, that's what's supposed to happen.
But they may have been looking for that, so we tried something different. Throws it into, that's what happened this time. Throws it into Ozzie at half court, throws it into Bodecker, throws it into Armstrong, but we're going to foul on Bodecker as he made the pass. The idea is get rid of the pass so they can't foul, but if you're still there and you foul and the referee's right in front, he's going to call that foul. Okay, 9-point lead. Again, you make these fouls, it's just harder and harder to come back.
One make makes it a 4-possession game.
Oh, little short. Yeah, he's taking a deep breath there. The legs are gone. You got to remember, you don't have your first half legs on these foul shots.
Well, again, he's been chasing Tate Davis all night.
And that, yes. So he take a deep breath. He's coming through. Now he's shooting, and then he puts a little too much. Getting a foul called on Guthrie.
So we'll go down the other end and shoot free throws.
That's going to be his third.
Last thing you want to do is let them add points when the clock's not running.
We got three guys with 3 fouls and one with 4. Again, May's been on the bench this whole time. It's like being fouled out. If you're, just because he's got 4 fouls, he's not fouled out. You take him out so he doesn't foul out, and it's the same.
Well, right now they got all their ball handlers on the floor right now.
Right.
So.
Okay, missed the first one. I thought that was going to bounce around and go in. It did not. And Kibler is shooting. He missed the first one. And he missed both of them.
One-handed rebound by Guthrie.
I mean, he did. Throws it down to Armstrong at this end. Oh! We get a foul called.
Allen wants the jump ball.
Again, once you tell the referees we're fouling,
yeah, you're getting the quick whistle.
You're not going to get that jump ball normally. When the guy's got to go in, you're calling the foul when he's going in, and then it gets the jump ball, and you've already called it. Bodecker getting a quick snack. Power bar. Armstrong, nice arch, nice shot. That's another nail in the coffin right there, I tell you. 10-point lead.
Yeah, you get a foul, and down here you're able to get points when the clock's not running. You miss them both, and then you come down and give up
both
two on
give
this.
Two. So we're back up to an 11-point lead. Again, we're going to try to make them use the time. Howland goes in, makes a quick bucket, and they're using their last timeout. So we got a minute 7, 9-point game. They did break into under the double figure, but still 9 points, which is 3 3-points or 4 2-points and another point.
That was Howland's 22nd point. So him and Guthrie cancel each other out tonight so far.
They're going to foul. We know that. We get, because of the new rules in volleyball, in basketball. Volleyball. I'm getting ready to referee boys volleyball. Because of the new rules in basketball, there are no one-on-ones anymore. So every team gets automatic 2. So, even if you miss the first one, you're going to still have a good chance of making one of those.
Yeah, that takes a lot of the pressure off.
But Trace has been making their foul shots lately.
Takes a lot of pressure off the kids shooting the free throw late in the game, knowing that they get 2 either way.
Yes, it does. It takes a lot of. The guy doesn't feel as nervous on that first one-on-one as he does when he's got 2. He takes that breather. And if you're a little short, you just got to put a little more on the second shot, get a little more arch.
And it makes these huddles for these coaches different too, because you don't have to plan 2 different scenarios.
Right.
If he makes it, do this. If he misses it, do this. You don't have to worry about that.
Nope. Only till he makes the second shot.
Right.
Then you do have that. But you're going to have that anyway, either way. Throws it into Guthrie, throws it back. We got a foul on Guthrie. And out on Guthrie. Guthrie got fouled. Threw it into Guthrie, was thrown back to Ozzie, but as he threw it, they fouled him. That's 3 fouls on number 12. That's Kibler. I think a Kibler Lumber. Probably related to Kibler Lumber. And Guthrie says, okay, foul me. Puts the foul shot in. He is normally a hot foul shot shooter. Last week, I tell you, I think it was carrying 2 guys up on every foul on every shot. It really hindered his foul shot shooting. Here they come down. Kibler gives the ball back over to Davis, who puts up a quick shot. No good. Kibler with the rebound. Puts it out to Howland. Top of the key. Off the rim. Takes it.
Rebound to Ozzie.
I think they're going to give up on the foul. They're not seeming to foul right now, so maybe they just gave up on that thing. No, that's not foul on purpose now. Ball was tipped. Throwing it over. Ozzie has it. Driving. Bodecker has the ball. I've seen teams fouling up to 7 seconds, and Hillsboro, I've got to give them credit. They quit the automatic foul once they realized it wasn't doing them any good.
Yeah.
Bodecker driving, and plus you got a game next week, so it's like, hey, let's get them next week. There we go, 64-53, 11-point game. Trace comes out the victors. Good, hard-fought game by a very good Hillsboro squad. And like you said, Bodecker all over Davis did it. Now, next week, do you do the same thing, or do you try to change something up because they're going to be looking for it? Are they going to play something different, or they couldn't do anything today, they may not be able to do anything then?
If you don't do it, he scores 30. So, what do you do?
Hey, he said if you need anything you want, but just go see McCarty. Tell McCarty you need some money.
So I think if you told Coach Ackley before the game started tonight that he was going to defensively hold Tate Davis to 0 for the floor tonight, he'd tell us both to jump off a cliff. There's no way that was happening.
Right.
And he had 8
makes
points.
Ben look like
from the free throw
makes Ben
line.
look like a brilliant coach drawing that up, doesn't it?
He learned it all from me.
Don't make me drink. Don't make me laugh when I'm putting a drink in my mouth. All right, give him some scores while we're waiting.
Oh, okay. For Hillsboro, Mason Dumpart had 1. Kate Davis had 8, which again was all from the free throw line. Braden Hunter had 11.
Wow. He did make a couple key threes.
Stephen Kibler had 5. Nick Burns had 6. And Lucas Holland had 22.
Holland had 22. But what Davis have? 4?
Davis had 8.
8. I meant number 4 is what I was looking at.
Yeah. He had 8.
8. So he was the third leading scorer on Hillsboro. That's not often that happens.
Yeah. And again, all from the free throw line. For let's see, Miami Trace, Grant Gass with 12, Colden May with 6, Brady Armstrong with 9, Bo Decker with 2, Adam Guthrie 24.
Wow.
And Bryson Osborne with 10. And again, you want to give player the games out. Everyone does that, and you look down at the score sheet and you say,
you got to give it to the team.
Adam Guthrie had 24, but
right. But who gives him the ball? I mean, you got to give credit there too.
It's not that. You got to look both sides of it. You know, when Tate Davis has 0 from the field, that tells you what Austin Bodecker did in this game tonight. Without that, who knows where this game's at?
Right.
Again, last week against Courthouse, he had 10 in the third and 10. He had 20 in the second half alone.
I mean, give him 8 more points. It's a 3-point game. This whole last quarter, the last half of the quarter is different. They're not fouling on purpose like they were when they're close. They're trying to get the steal, get the rebound, go, and we wouldn't have been making a bunch of foul shots for fouls possibly. So it could have been a whole different ball game if Davis would have scored some points. And at least three of those, were on a shot that he made. He probably would have missed the shot, in my opinion. He hasn't made any all night, but he makes 2 points on the free throw, and so 2 of his points are still off that shot because we tried to block it. Let him, when he's cold, let him shoot that long shot. Let him feel that pain of missing again.
Can't say enough for the huge game that
players are still out on the court.
Jack Holland had. 22.
Getting pictures. Yep.
Getting pictures for the FAC championship. Bless you.
See, because now it doesn't matter what.
It doesn't matter what
Courthouse.
happens in Jackson tonight with Courthouse. Trace is your outright FAC champion with the 1 loss coming to Courthouse in Courthouse.
I want to say FAL. FA League.
Frontier Athletic Conference.
And then when I go FAC, I want to say FAVC, which is what the league used to be years ago. Maybe a while before we get a coach. Maybe we're
just waiting for some coaches to come over.
We may we'll go by Rick. If Rick's getting ready, if coming over, if they're not coming this way, we may have to bypass because Rick doesn't want to stay here all night. Neither does the athletic director, and I'm not going to make him mad.
Well, they're not.
Hey, you ready for next week? Oh, you didn't hear me. Hey, Trey. Hey, Trey. Hey, we got Trey Robinette coming over. I'm going to ask him a few questions. Sit down for a second. Can't play? Well, am I going to make you use your mouth?
All right.
Okay, Trey Robinette, he doesn't have a microphone on, but I want to ask questions. I'll give you that. Not been able to play the last couple of weeks. How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling better.
You got another week to heal. You going to be ready?
I think I'll be ready for
Good,
next week.
good. Yeah, I saw you earlier in the lunchroom as I was there getting something, and I saw you go by me, and I was like, dumbfounded, and then I remembered, oh, that's right, he's off injury. He didn't play the other night. I remember that. And then I forgot about it when I saw you earlier. But you're going to be ready. What did you do, by the way?
I tweaked my shoulder and against Leesburg. So.
Okay, tweaked your shoulder against Leesburg.
Sprained a muscle.
Okay. So, but everything's feeling good. Get a little rest, and
I'm going to start practicing in the next few days. So.
okay, that sounds good. And so you'll be ready for and that'll make a different look for Hillsboro.
Yeah.
Was Sayers going to be able to come back also?
He'll be back soon too.
So he'll be back too. So we got you and Sayers coming in. So that gives a little more break to some of these guys. Gives you guys more playing time, and then gives them somebody else to look at. Then it's like a secret weapon coming back in.
Yeah.
So that's going to be good. So you're all ready for that. What do you think of this game?
Well, I thought we shot it really well.
What's that?
I thought we shot it really well.
Yes.
And I thought we played really good defense on their guards.
I'm trying to get close so you can hear on the microphone.
Okay. We played really good defense on their 2 guards, and I thought we shot it really well. And Adam Guthrie had a great game.
He did have a great game. Also, who had a great game that's not going to be on the scorebook, and that is Bodecker.
Yeah, he did.
He kept Davis.
Yeah.
Did not score a bucket. He only scored free throws.
Yeah, exactly.
So he was phenomenal there. And so if you're going to have an offensive and defensive player right there, you got Guthrie and then you've got Bodecker. And then you got the guys. I mean, one reason, I don't want to take anything away from Adam, but he doesn't get a lot of that without these guys driving and then dumping off to him and stuff. So you got some great players getting him the ball. And then, but when he gets it, he puts it in. So anyway, thank you for stopping by and talking to us. And we're looking forward to see you. Unfortunately, I don't get to see you next year in football, right?
No, I'm a junior. I'll be back next
Oh, you'll
year.
be back.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I didn't look on here. So yeah, great. I do the play-by-play in the football too,
Okay.
and we'll be ready for you next year. All right.
Sounds
See ya.
good. Thank you.
All right, that was
Trey Robinette.
Trey Robinette. Why can't I think of his name when I just talked to him? Trey Robinette, also the quarterback for the Panthers football team, and he's been out with a shoulder he hurt against Fairfield, and took a couple weeks off. He's getting it ready. He said he's going to be practicing within 2 or 3 days, and Sayers is ready to come back, so both of them will be healthy and ready to come back next week.
Coach is right down here, so he'll be down
Oh,
here
he's
now.
they grabbed him on that side before he got to this side, so he'll be right down. I'll give him mine. You talk to him, all right?
Okay.
All right.
Coach coming down? Yeah. He said he would.
Well, I'm on the outside. There's no sense in changing microphones. So that's, I did my talking. I talked to Robinette. I want to hear you tell him, thanks for listening to me about using the defense on Davis. You got him all screwed up there.
I don't know why.
Okay, one more time. Yeah, Tuesday.
So for those of you that's still with us, we will be right back here next Tuesday for a rematch of this same ball game for the first round of the Ohio High School Basketball Tournament. So come on out, tune in if you can't get here. We appreciate you following with us. A lot of folks here still hanging out, doing the congratulatory. Again, we said this the other night when they played Stivers. It was the last home game for the seniors, but with the makeup game, that this game was scheduled to play earlier in the season. Now they played tonight, of course, and then they're going to get another home game due to the tournament. rule change since COVID that the higher seed in the first round gets a home game. Then it'll be on the road after that. Winner Tuesday night, I believe, goes to Zane Trace for the second round game. And if y'all hadn't seen the locations for these second round games, Miami Trace High School will be the location for some second round games. So if you're in the neighborhood and want to stop by and see some extra basketball, come on out to Miami Trace High School. So as soon as Coach Ackley gets done with the radio broadcast, folks, he'll be down here to speak with us.
Sorry, the coach wouldn't shut up.
First and foremost, sir, congratulations, championship. Tell me about it.
Thank you. Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it. As I was telling him on the radio, Sean, I don't really don't have a lot of words for it at this point, except I'm so proud of our seniors. They've been with us since day one, and they've really bought into what we're doing, and I thought that they made huge plays to allow this to happen tonight.
Clearly, by my perspective, it was one of the better games end to end that you guys have played in a few weeks. The hustle was there, the loose balls, scrapping on the floor, making the extra pass. It looked like the team early in the season.
Hopefully. This hasn't always been the best practice team. As a staff, we got together and talked. And I'll be honest with you, when I was out and just watching practice as a spectator, it gave me a completely different view on some things I thought we needed to do a little different. And, we talked to the coaches. We're handling a lot of stuff now like we did at the beginning of December. We're back to doing stationary stuff. We might have ball handlers here, working on hedging screens in a station, jump shots in a station, working on finishing at another. And we've got a great staff of guys and coaches, and so it's really easy, and it changes it up for the kids. And we thought that we've been practicing better, so I'm glad it came to tuition tonight, and we showed a little bit on the floor.
I told Joe tonight that if I'd have told you before the game that Tate Davis would not have a make from the field, you'd tell me I was crazy and go fly a kite or something along those lines. The job that Bodecker did on him tonight was just phenomenal in the effort that he put out there.
Tate's as good as there is in the league. And Alston Bodecker's as good a defender as there is in the league. I told the guys on the radio, he had 28 last week against Courthouse, and he was just literally on fire. And they did everything they could. They were running different stuff at him, running two, doing all this. He's so smart. He's so crafty with the ball. He can score with the ball. He can score off the ball. There's not too many kids his age that use screens the way he does. So he puts the fear in you, and he keeps guys like us up at night, as you know, trying to prepare. But all the credit goes to Alston. And I thought we had good help and did some things. They had some other guys hurt us. Howen kid's going to be special. He's really good right now.
Absolutely.
But you can't stop absolutely everything. And I thought that we did everything in our power to try to make them earn what they got.
Coming out of the locker room, looked like they tried to throw a little wrinkle out where they give him the ball real early. And instead of trying to run him off a screen, give him the ball and then run off some ball screens and then maybe try to get some other people involved and then free to get some shots that way. And everyone seemed to find the rotation and get back to where they needed to be. And Bodecker, again, bothering him just enough where his shots were coming short or off the back of the iron.
Yeah, Alston challenged everything, and that's the thing with Tate. He's going to make shots. We're never holding him to that next week. He's going to make some shots, and it's just he had some looks tonight. But what happens is, as our goal is, to make him work for everything, and then maybe he's rushing it a step, or he's just a little bit off where he'd be normally, and then you just got to hope he misses it. And tonight, he missed some looks he'll make next week.
Absolutely.
I had one of the assistants look at me and say that Alston's tired in the second quarter. I said, okay. I said,
did he say you stole that? Did he tell you stole that idea off him with Bodecker?
With it,
You stole that idea off
I've stolen a lot of things off of Coach Grooms in the day. But I told him, I said, Alston will come out when Tate comes out. I'll make you a deal. So.
Well, Joe had mentioned earlier in the game, he said, somebody come in, and it was during a free throw, and Alston come over to get a drink of water, and he says, he's coming in for Bodecker. I said, he's not coming in for Bodecker. I'll just tell you that right now. He's coming to get a drink of water. But, again, super job. Congratulations on the championship. Couldn't be more proud of what you guys have done, and just keep this train rolling. I appreciate the time. We're
going to try. We've got to avenge last year. We stubbed our toe in here in tournament time, and we've got to do a lot better job. We'll have to play better than we did tonight. I mean, they're so well coached and prepared. And as I told them, they had a cold game plan. This game meant more to us to win the league than it did to them. They're not going to show their hand.
Right.
So
they were playing with house money tonight. If they got one, they got one. But, just try to be vanilla as much as possible.
Yeah, and we really couldn't do that. So we'll have to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to have to go back to the Sean Grooms coaching playbook and try to steal some more of your ideas.
Absolutely. It's there for you when you need it. Appreciate the time, Coach. Have a good evening, and see you Tuesday night.
Okay, as always, thank you guys for the support and always being here. You've traveled all over with us. Our kids are extremely lucky. We had 3 great media outlets here tonight, 4 if you count the paper, and just an unbelievable time. Very proud. I mentioned on the radio, too, our 8th grade, our freshmen, our JV, and our varsity were all league champions this year. So
can't do much better than that.
And our 7th grade had a really good year and competed in every game. So just very proud of all of our staff, everyone that puts the time in, especially with me being down. People went above and beyond, from our superintendent and school board clear down to our assistant coaches and players. And we're just very fortunate to have a lot of the things that we have at our access and with people and facilities, and it paid off. We're just so proud to be a part of this. I know feel very fortunate. The older I get, I'm learning to enjoy the winning more, because it doesn't always come real easy. And after the heart attack, it's shown me that you never know.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate everything you guys do.
We'll be following you from here on out.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, with that, we'll be signing off, and we will see you guys back here Tuesday night, 7 o'clock game time.